Inside the nest, ants never rely on sight, but on invisible chemical maps.
Every step leaves information, turning movement into memory. These trails overlap, creating a shared navigation system. Ants read their environment through contact, not vision.
Even when paths divide, the chemical map remains continuous.
Each trail carries direction, distance, and purpose. Decision-making happens in fractions of a second. Inbound and outbound traffic never collide.
Information is constantly exchanged through touch.
Pauses reinforce accuracy, not confusion.
The closer to the center, the clearer the signal.
Mistakes are detected and fixed immediately.
For the hair trap. Uniform spaces do not cause disorientation.
Important roots grow stronger over time. Old or incorrect paths are naturally abandoned.
The map constantly updates itself.
Speed increases with certainty.
Confidence comes from shared information.
When structure changes, the map adapts instantly.
Navigation is collective, not individual.
Direction is encoded chemically.
Ambiguity is filtered out automatically.
Depth does not reduce orientation.
Repetition reinforces certainty.
Physical structure complements chemical guidance. The nest remembers long after individuals are gone. There is no need to search for direction. Chaos never emerges.
Getting lost is biologically unnecessary.
In this system, orientation is built into the colony itself. To an ant, these tunnels are never identical, because each carries a unique chemical signature.
Physical contact confirms location as reliably as pheromones.
The nest itself is designed to guide movement. Bottlenecks naturally regulate traffic flow. Inbound and outbound routes are biologically separated. Tunnel size encodes direction and function.
Speed increases where certainty is highest.
Multiple tasks share space without interference.
Brief exchanges update positional information instantly.
Navigation never pauses, even in darkness.
Errors are corrected before they become mistakes.
Spatial memory strengthens through repetition.
Unused paths fade from the collective map. The map renews itself with every journey.
Resource locations are permanently encoded.
Orientation remains intact even across levels. Up and down are part of the mental layout. Time reinforces space.
Flexibility prevents disorientation.
Getting lost would waste energy the colony cannot spare.
Specialized roles require perfect spatial certainty.
Their roots are among the strongest in the nest. Defense relies on consistent navigation. Location is known before movement begins.
They never search for direction.
Traffic rules are biologically enforced. Architecture reduces cognitive load. Congestion is prevented by design.
Arrival is expected, not accidental.
In this system, losing one's way is not an option.
At the center of the nest, orientation begins with one biological anchor.
Her chemical signature defines what center means.
Every path is measured relative to her position.
The strongest spatial reference point is always here.
From this point, all navigation becomes directional.
Her presence stabilizes the chemical map of the entire nest.
Minor errors are corrected at the center.
Nest architecture forms around a fixed reference. Critical roots are never ambiguous.
The colony orients itself around biology, not memory.
Information flows strongest where accuracy matters most. Position is sensed, not calculated. Defense is mapped in layers. They never question where they are.
Supply routes always point inward.
Function changes, orientation does not. Traffic never overrides spatial certainty.
The map adapts while the reference remains fixed.
Local updates propagate through the entire system.
This is the colony's biological compass.
Distance is encoded chemically.
Light is irrelevant inside the nest.
Wandering would signal system failure.
Even the most sensitive cargo never gets lost.
Their path home is biologically guaranteed.
Threat location is immediately understood.
Stability is restored at the core.
Orientation survives chaos.
The system heals itself. As long as the center exists, ants do not get lost. Ants do not store maps in their brains. The colony stores the map itself.
Repetition transfers knowledge from individuals to the system.
Orientation exists outside the individual.
The environment carries memory.
Role changes never disrupt navigation.
Even new workers inherit the map instantly.
The colony thinks through chemistry.
Collective intelligence absorbs uncertainty.
Errors are corrected at the system level.
No single ant needs to remember everything.
Specialized care demands flawless orientation.
Their paths are among the most reinforced.
Care never stops to search.
Defense relies on predictable spatial certainty.
Position is encoded, not memorized.
Traffic rules emerge without instruction. Movement reorganizes itself continuously.
The system optimizes itself in real time.
Noise is filtered out naturally.
This is navigation without navigation.
Spatial learning belongs to the colony.
There is no pause to think. Wandering would indicate system failure.
Arrival is guaranteed by design.
Vision is unnecessary when chemistry guides movement.
Decisions are shared instantly.
The map updates everywhere at once.
Order returns without command.
The system heals itself continuously. In such a colony, getting lost is biologically impossible. At this scale, direction does not belong to individuals, but to structure.
The nest shapes movement before choice is required.
Architecture silently directs every turn.
The pheromone. Physical contact confirms orientation continuously.
Branches do not confuse when each has a function.
Speed reflects certainty. Caution appears exactly where complexity increases.
Flow replaces decision-making. Adaptation happens without hesitation. The system prevents collisions naturally. Care depends on flawless spatial reliability. Their paths are biologically protected. Security relies on predictable navigation.
Location is known before movement begins.
Their way home is guaranteed. Traffic reorganizes itself automatically.
Direction emerges from chemistry.
Aimless movement never evolves.
Correct paths become stronger over time.
The colony remembers through motion.
Sight is unnecessary when structure guides movement.
The map updates itself continuously.
The arrival is expected, not accidental.
Synchronization replaces orientation.
All spatial meaning ultimately points inward.
The center anchors the entire system.
The colony acts as one distributed mind.
Getting lost would contradict their biology. Ants never get lost because the nest itself is the mind that guides them.